We see things that some people will never see in their lifetime. We are the first to respond to the scene of an emergency. We don't really have a home base that we go to. We are posted throughout the streets of San Francisco, so you'll see various ambulances planted throughout the neighborhoods. There is a lot of stress in the day-to-day work of a paramedic. You're working with so many different types of people. You're helping so many different types of people from all walks of life. But one thing you do have to remember here is you cannot place judgments, because everybody that you meet out there is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. So it's best just to be kind. You can't do this job alone. Like, it takes a village to raise a family. It takes an entire team to run an emergency call. Working together on an emergency response call is so important, and yet that also can pose a challenge. I always wonder, could I have done more? If I were to go back to a particular call that really stuck with me, it was a 37-year-old male who was in a restaurant with his friends downtown, and the call came in for a seizure. We found him, which appeared to be in a post-seizure-like state. We loaded him up into the ambulance as quickly as possible. We started our treatments, and we found his blood pressure was so high, and it looked like he was presenting with signs of a massive stroke. We got him to the hospital, and a couple days later, I went to follow up. I went up to the ICU. His father was lying at the foot of his bed, his head down. And I tapped on the door and I said, "Excuse me, sir, I don't mean to interrupt." I said, "But I wanted to check in, follow up." I was one of the first paramedics on scene. And he looked at me with really sad eyes and he said, "Today's the day we're gonna take him off of life support." And he grabbed me. And he hugged me and he held me so tight. And he said, I know you guys were there fast, because I know you were there in 3 minutes. I looked into it. And the doctor told me there was nothing anybody could have done." Sometimes our job is stressful. Sometimes we don't get enough sleep. Sometimes our job is rewarding. Sometimes it's sad. Sometimes it's happy. There are lots of words that could describe the job of a paramedic. I would have to say responder, because that's what we do. We are the first to respond to the scene of an emergency, and that's who we are.